Hey everyone, it's August 4th, and that means that if today's your birthday, you share with serial wife killer John Smith, who murdered at least 2, but perhaps as many as 4 victims, and should not be confused with the alter ego of the Doctor, and that is him right over there. Born in 1951, Smith married his childhood sweetheart in Ohio in 1970 when they were both just 19. But he was an abusive husband, often hitting his wife. She had enough and filed for divorce in 1974, with it being granted that November. A few days later, however, his now ex-wife went missing, and his brother saw him building a large box at their grandfather's house, which he claimed was intended to hold his missing wife's belongings. 5 years later, his grandfather discovered the box on his property and called the brother, who took the box home and opened it, finding a dismembered corpse inside with rainbow-colored hair. He called Smith to tell him what he had found, and he stopped by the house to pick up the box, then buried it in Indiana. The box full of remains was found in a ditch in 1980, but the victim inside wasn't identified for over 2 decades. His brother became a heavy drinker, keeping this all a secret for 20 years. In the meantime, Smith moved to Niceville, Florida to work for a software company. He met and married a coworker in 1990, and that same year they moved to New Jersey. Ohio, Indiana, Florida, New Jersey, all of the best places in America. Smith was still an abuser and had a turbulent relationship with his second wife, who disappeared in 1991. She had given no indication to any of her family members that anything was wrong or that she had plans to travel, and since she was recovering from a broken hip, getting around was hard for her. It seemed unlikely to anyone that she would leave home, but she was never seen or heard from again. Smith moved to Escondido, California, and got married for a third time in 1998. The FBI was looking into his 2 dead wives, and in 1999 contacted his new wife to let her know she was probably married to a killer. Advanced forensic techniques had finally allowed authorities to identify the corpse of his first wife, and when the FBI interviewed his brother, he broke down and told them that he had seen the body in the box built by Smith. The investigation deepened, and a storage locker Smith kept was searched, where skull fragments from a third unidentified woman were found, along with photographs of 2 women who were believed to have gone missing in the 1980s. His third wife initially supported him during the investigation, but as the evidence mounted, she filed for divorce, and it seems to me she's lucky she got away while she was still alive. He was tried and convicted of the first murder in Ohio and found responsible in a wrongful death civil suit in the death of his second wife. There are ongoing Jane Doe cases based on the photographs and skull fragments that may never be solved, but it seems likely that Smith killed at least 4 women and possibly more. In 2021, he was extradited to New Jersey to face murder charges in the case of his second wife and was offered a plea deal but rejected the offer, and the case is winding through the courts, with a ruling last year saying that a jury would not be told about his previous murder conviction. His story has been featured on Forensic Files and has been the subject of multiple books and a TV movie called Murder on Pleasant Drive. Smith currently resides behind bars and will first be eligible for a parole hearing in 2029. If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday it is today, send them this video so you can find out all about their birthday twin. And to John Smith, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.
Smith. Dr. John Smith.
Smith. Dr. John Smith.